This week's portion is the portion of Shemini. It says in a year like this, when we read parts of the portion of Shemini 8 times, that it'll be a fat year. There's a pun made on the word Shemini, meaning 8, related to the word Shuman, meaning fat. And since there are 8 times that we're reading about the 8th day of the consecration of the altar in the desert, it's going to be a fat year this year. Let's analyze this statement. The number 8 is described in the Hasidic texts as being greater than the cycle of nature. Everything in nature runs in 7, based on the 7 days of creation, which led to the 7 days of the week, 7 sabbatical years, etc. It's not that it's just an 8th, meaning coming in conjunction after having fulfilled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, but it's a whole new thing. It's another system. As we see in the days of the week, for example, that after we get past Shabbos, the next day is Sunday of the next week. So this that we're able to go to 8 shows on an ability to relate beyond the laws of nature. This is alluded to in the harp which was used in the temple. During the first and second temple, the harp had 7 strings and was probably very similar to the scale of do, re, mi that we have. When Mashiach comes, that harp will have 8 strings, which will allude to the greater revelation. It says that in the temples, both the first and second, that the miracles happened in such a basis that they didn't even bother writing them down. The third base of Mikdash will be a vehicle for the ultimate godly revelation, one which goes beyond anything that we could possibly describe. How does this affect us today? What are we supposed to do? Well, we see, for example, in the way that the portion ends. This portion, which is talking about going beyond the levels of nature, ends with very simple, mundane laws of which animals may be eaten. So we see that if we conduct our mundane affairs in a way of Shemini, in a way of going beyond the laws of nature, to such an extent that they become shuman and they become like fat, then we will merit speedily the coming of the Mashiach, the third base of the Mikdash, where they'll be playing the 8-stringed harp. For the YouParsha, I'm Heschel Finman.